Hi, welcome back to Holly Hobbies. With Easter just around the corner, it's the perfect time to add a festive touch to your home decor. Whether you're a seasoned crafter or a beginner, I will guide you step by step to create this fun and easy bunny wreath for the Easter season. So let's hop right into it and get started on this adorable and whimsical wreath that will be perfect addition to your home for spring. Hi, welcome back to Holly Hobbies. I'm back in the studio with another wreath design, and today we're going to be doing the really cute Easter bunny wreath here. I know you've probably seen these at the Dollar Tree, and they're really cute. They've got the cute little ears, and you could do so much with them. Today we're just going to do a design, and you can wrap it with, there's a lot of different options, but today I'm going to be using my macrame cord. You can use your the jute cord from the Dollar Tree. You could use a yarn, a chunky yarn, whatever you want to use for this design, but I am going to be using my macrame cord. And I also have some material. This was left over from my Valentine rag wreath, and I actually didn't use this pink in that design. So I have this material that I'd like to use, and we're going to use that. It's going to be the color of the bunny ears. And then we'll see at the end how we're going to embellish it, but we're going to make a cute little bow. I have this ribbon from Hobby Lobby I've been wanting to use, and we'll see what we come up with. We have some cute ribbon here. And we're going to add some embellishments, some florals, and maybe a little greenery. So let's get started. So we're going to use this macrame cord, and I'm going to start right up here by the ear, and I'm going to go underneath the wreath frame and add a dab of glue. Now with the macrame cord, I do have a piece of tape that is at the end there to keep it from unraveling. So I'm just going to set that under right up to the edge there, and we'll put some hot glue right on top. And this first piece, I'll just add it right there on the hot glue, let it set for a second. And then we're going to start wrapping this wreath, and we're going to do a little twist than just wrapping it like all the way around. So we're going to take our cord here, and I believe this is about 4mm macrame cord. I got this from Hobby Lobby. And so the first one is wrapped all the way around. So the second one, we're going to wrap around the first bar. And this wreath has 3 bars. And you could make it shorter if you want, so you don't have to spend so much time taking it through. But I'm going to keep it like it is because I just am. Just take our time. So this wreath frame has 3 bars, and I always name them from the outside going in. So we have 1, 2, 3. So the first one, we're going all the way around the 1, 2, and 3. The second time, we're just going around the number 1 bar here. And then now we're going to go around all 3 bars again. And we're going to follow that same pattern until we make it all the way around. So I did all 3 bars, and now this one is just going around the number 1 bar. So that's how we're going to do this whole wreath frame, just like that. And it's just going to give it a little extra fun look to the design. Now you can just go around all 3 bars if you want for the whole design. That is up to you. But this is how I'm going to be doing this one. So I have that one around the number 1 bar. And now we're taking it around all 3. And it's just going to give it a little extra dimension, and it gives it a different look, which I think is really cool, actually. And here we go. So we're just going to keep doing this. I know it seems like it'll take a while, but you'll be around this wreath in no time at all with this cord. I like working with this macrame cord. They have them at Hobby Lobby in all different colors. I use them for my little macrame gnome ornaments. And see, I'm coming over around that bar and then back around all 3 bars. So you see how you have that little, it just gives it a little different look to the design. And now we're coming around all 3 of the bars. And you're just gonna keep it nice and tight together as you do your design. So I'm gonna keep moving my way, making my way around this wreath in the same pattern. All right, so I've made one section from the beginning of the ear to, I just skipped over that crossbar, and this is what it looks like so far. And I'm gonna keep moving along. I hope you're having fun getting your cord wrapped around your bunny wreath, and it just takes a little time, but you'll get there. One section at a time. So I'll meet you back when I get this next section completed. And I've made it through another section here, and we're going to keep going to this next section now. All right, so I've made it around the wreath frame, and this little section we're not gonna have to do because we're gonna have a nice big bow and some florals in there. So we'll just save our macrame cord for the ears here, and otherwise you're just going to waste the cord, and you don't even need it because you're not, like I said, you're not even going to see it. So before we cut this off, we're going to put some tape around it, and that is going to prevent this macrame cord from fraying. So you have a couple options with the ears. You can either take your cord and glue it right on the top of your wire frame like so, and that will look really cute. It'll save you some material and some time. Or we can take this and we can wrap it around the ears, and I think that's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to have just enough of this cord to make it. So I'm going to glue, I'm going to get this, just going to glue it just to get it started here. Actually, you're not going to see this part, so I'm going to glue that right on top. And glue it right there. I have the piece of Scotch tape at the end there, and we're not going to see any of that in the middle. And we're going to let that set, and then we're just going to take our cord and we're simply going to go around and around and around until we wrap this whole bunny ear with our macrame cord. And you're just going to do like a little spiral around. Shouldn't take you too long. The cord's getting a lot. This one you could just pull through the ears, making it easier. And we're just, see how it's looking right now? And we're just going to do the same fashion here until we get the whole ear wrapped. Look how cute that's going to look. And I'm at the tip of the ear, so I'm going to add just a little dab of hot glue on the frame there, just to keep it sliding from sliding. And it's going to stay right there on that tip. So we have this one side here spiraled around the ear, and now we're going to work on the other side. So we've finished wrapping the ear, and now we're going to take our piece of Scotch tape and we're going to put it on the end here to prevent it from unraveling on us before we cut this off. And let's just clip it right in between that Scotch tape so we still have it on the other end too. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hot glue this end down, and we can just glue it on this frame here because, like I said before, you're not going to see any of this middle section here because we are going to add some fun ribbon and some flowers and some embellishments there. So I'm just going to glue it right there on that frame. And now we're going to take our cord and we're going to wrap the other ear, doing that same thing that we just did. Just going to add our hot glue just to get it started there. And I'm going to continue now wrapping this other ear. And I'm coming up on the tip of the ear, so I'm going to add a little hot glue right there like we did on the other side, just to help keep this in place right there at the tip. And we're going to keep moving along here. Got one more side of the ear, working our way around and around that wire bar. And if I was using the nautical cord from the Dollar Tree that's a lot thicker, I would probably not wrap it. I would just glue it like I showed you before. But this one was a little bit thinner. This is a 4mm macrame cord, and it probably wouldn't have the best coverage of the bar. I mean, it would still look good once we got the material in the back, but I just like the look of this. It just kind of adds to the whole macrame vibe here. And I'm going to keep moving along. So I finished wrapping that second ear, and we went ahead and hot glued the end right there, and we're always scotch taping the ends so they don't fray. And now we have our cute bunny design where this middle part is going to be where we embellish it so we don't have to use that extra cord right there in the middle. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to take your material of your choice and we're going to we're going to add it behind the ears there. And what we're going to do, this is already doubled up here. So I'm just going to it doesn't have to be perfect at this point. We're just going to cut a couple little ears. It's already doubled up, so I don't have to do two. And let me just go right around here. And then what I'm gonna do is just trace my ear on the outside here. And this can be, you want to make it a little bit bigger because we're going to hot glue it and then cut off the excess. And by tracing the outside of it, it's going to make it bigger. And now we have our two pieces of fabric here. And what we're going to do is hot glue this to our ear and hot glue the other one as well onto the back of the ear. So now we're just going to hot glue. We're going to add some hot glue to the back of this macrame cord around the ear. Let's go all the way around. And then we're going to add our fabric right on to the back there. And then we're going to trim off that excess. And that's what it looks like. We're going to have the cute little pink going in there. And let's go ahead and glue this to the back of this bar here as well. There we go. And there we have our first little insert, our pink ear insert. And now we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to trim off that excess material. So I trimmed off that excess, and there we have our first material on our bunny ear. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other ear. And you can use whatever material you like. This is where you can just get creative, let your imagination just go. Use any of those extra scraps that you might have on hand. And now we're going to do that same thing. We're going to just do a nice thin layer of hot glue on the back of that macrame cord. And we're taking our next ear and we are gluing it on the back there. Nice and tight. And that's what it looks like before we cut it off. And now we'll trim off that extra material here. So now we're getting ready to add our embellishments here in the middle. And this is completely up to you what you want to do. If you want to add a big bow, you want to just add flowers, a flower and a bow, whatever it is, just let your creativity flow and see what speaks to you. Now, I have a couple different designs here. I've been going back and forth if I want just flowers or a bow and flowers. And I have this that I got at the Dollar Tree, this little lavender pick here. And I want to go ahead and take a couple of these off and add them into my design because I am a sucker for some lavender. And I think that'll look really pretty in there. And I have these other little floral picks. These are from Hobby Lobby. They have a really nice selection of those. And here's some more florals that I just want to make a little, just a little something that's going to come out the sides here. And we'll play around with that. Maybe something like that. So I was just kind of thinking we would do some flowers coming out the sides. I have a simple bow here, which I made from this ribbon. This is from Hobby Lobby, and I just think it's so pretty. I've been wanting to use it in a design, and I think it'll really look nice. You could do a bow in the middle there. We can add some more florals in the center. Whatever it is you want to do. If you don't want to add the bow, maybe something like this, and we'll add a little hydrangeas around there. So this is where we're just going to play around and have fun. So right now, I think the first thing we're going to add these little floral picks here. So we're going to take some zip ties and we're going to make little bunches here that we're going to zip tie to the frame. So let's just maybe do something like that. I'll just do a little floral sprig with all these cute little florals together. I think that'll look really nice in our design. And let's add a zip tie around the whole bunch here first before we do anything. We'll do something like that. There's that, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. I love that little Dollar Tree lavender. They look really good for the Dollar Tree. Sometimes you can find some really cool stuff in the Dollar Tree floral section. I'm always looking every time I go in there. Of course, I have to look for ribbon because sometimes you can find some awesome ribbon too. So I made these little bunches, and now we're going to trim these down. Make them a little bit smaller there at the bottom. There we go. And now they're going to be easier to zip tie to the frame. So we'll do something like that. And I think we'll just go ahead and zip tie them right there on that number 2 bar. So let's go ahead and do that now. And let's go in front of the other zip tie. And we'll get those secured there. And let's do the other one on the other side. With that lavender so it's coming up like the other one. And now I'm going to zip tie. We're zip tying on the middle bar here. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to this part. You're just going to have fun and see what speaks to you. So there we go. We got those cute little bundles there. I like that. Look how pretty that looks together. Super pretty. And now I have my bow, and I just did the simple 2-loop bow on each side, and it's a real basic bow. And you could do any bow of your choice. And then before I do the final zip tie tug, I put a half of floral wire in there, and that's what I'll use to zip tie it, or to secure it, not zip tie it. We're around the middle bar here, and secure our bow. I've been wanting to use this, like I said before, and I just think it'll look really pretty with this design. It has some iridescent, and it's just beautiful ribbon. I love getting the ribbon at Hobby Lobby when everything's in the Easter section and it's 40% off. And then we'll do this rose in the middle. I think that's a pretty little accent. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. If I'd rather do some hydrangeas, which that would look really pretty too. This is where I'm gonna, sometimes it takes me a little bit to kind of figure out what I really like here. I just love hydrangeas. I mean, now if I want to do just hydrangeas in the middle, or do I want to do a rose in the middle with maybe some hydrangeas coming out around it? Decisions. Let me think about this for 1 minute, and then I'll come right back. So I decided, I think I do want to just do the rose in the middle of our bow. So I'm going to clip this little nub off, and I'm just going to hot glue this, just nestle it right there in the center of my bow. Somewhere just like that. So let's go ahead and hot glue that. Pulling out my silicone hot glue mat so I don't get any hot glue on my cutting mats. And we'll just place that right in the center of our bow. I like the two tones of it. And now we're going to place some hydrangeas. We're just going to give it a little bit more of a pop around that rose there. And I'll probably just place these two around that rose. And you could do whatever it is that you want at this point. Like I said before, just have fun. There's no right or wrong when it comes to any of this. And it's all just letting your creativity flow. All right, so this is what I came up with. We did the rose in the middle and a couple little hydrangea sprigs around it. And we have these little floral clusters there. And you can just trim your ribbon up. And I'm so happy that you came to my channel and crafted this bunny wreath with me today. If you're interested in any of the supplies that you see me use, the link to my Amazon store will be in the description box down below. And I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, ring that bell to stay on top of notifications for when my tutorials come out. And you'll leave a comment and let me know what you thought of this wreath today and how much fun that you had making your own bunny-eared wreath. And I hope you'll come back to my channel and craft with me some more. Thanks for watching Holly Hobbies, from my heart to yours. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow me for more wreath and crafting ideas. Thanks for watching Holly Hobbies, from my heart to yours.